in 19,
was it 26?
about 23, I believe.
23?
Something like that, close to it in here. The big lockout though. Well, Easton worked again a while after that, but Clifton Mine never did. They shut it down for good.
Why did they shut it down?
Well, I said the way it was on the county union, I believe, some way or another, they wanted more for the pay and they couldn't pay what the coal miners wanted for the coal.
Well, did they just like go in and pull all the stuff out and just leave real quick?
Yeah, they just done that. My oldest brothers had to pull the steel out of number one mines over here at Clifton. And then when they shut down, Easton went back to work for a while. They called it scabbing then when it started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Clifton never did though. Easton started back again in 19 and I worked a little I believe 1928 or 29. Then I worked till 1934. Eastland.
At Eastland?
Yeah, when it shut down in about 1934.
I didn't know exactly
I didn't
when.
know no work then but coal mining. You know, that's all the kind of work was here.
Mhm.
So when it shut down, I went to West Virginia and went to work there, and I worked there and went in the Army.
Mhm.
I left there in 1942.
Then you went in the Army?
Went there, got in the draft, got glued in. Well, you know what they done? That was all I ever done, you know,
The coal mining?
was coal mining.
Uh-huh.
Well, I went in the Army and after I got my basic training, and we ready to go out on duty. I was going to work I was with the medical corps, and I was going to work in the dental clinic. Well, they called me up and said there's needing miners, experienced miners. They transferred me then. I went to Colorado, worked in the metal mines there for about a year and a half. And Climax Millennium Company.
That was good. That kept you from getting shot at.
Yeah, but God, but it was funny though, they called me right in, you know, I didn't volunteer. They called me right in, you know, and then got to need the same work and called me back out and transferred me. I stayed in enlisted reserve, they call it. But I stayed, that's the high altitude there, 11,320 feet above sea level, like where we went in to work, you know.
Uh-huh.
And I'd get about every 90 days, I'd get me about a week or 10 days furlough, and I'd go back my nose would bleed for 2 or 3 days.
Because of
I'd go and
that.
stay in the hotel then, I'd go to eat dinner, and I'd go chewing, my nose would go bleeding, I ain't get up and leave.
Well, were you married then?
No.
So you got married after you got out of the Army?
Yeah, I married in 1954.
And then did you come back here?
Well, I stayed there you know, and then I got where I couldn't stand that high altitude, and I went back into active duty then. And that was in the fall of the year, and they kept telling me when I left there, you know, I'd go overseas. Well, I told them, I said, I've got 2 brothers over there now. And I just went back into, that is 1944, I believe it was. And I ate my Thanksgiving dinner then overseas. One time with me, I had 2 brothers over there, and we didn't know where each other was.
But you were both over there.
Yeah, I ate Thanksgiving dinner after I left here, I believe in September the 2nd time. Then I stayed there until 1945 before I come out. But I was with the medical corps, you know, hospital unit. We put our first hospital, we put up in Belgium, Arlon, Belgium. But I was with them when they made that, and then what's called the ORD as far as the Battle of the Bulge and all that sort of thing.
Right. Well, when in the Clifty coal mining days here, what was it like? How many people lived here? And
oh, there's a little community here. There's 2 more houses between here and where my barn is on this side, you know.
was this one of the main roads out here? I mean, like one of the...
That's just a dirt road up through there.
Right.
Come right from the river down through here, you know. And then down there where the old post office is, this old post office still standing. Now there's put your cushion on that if you want to.
That's fine.
We just keep a cushion, none of them.
That's fine. Who ran the coal mine when you worked here?
Well, let's see. The first time I worked, I don't know who ran it, Clifty, but I never did work in the mines here. I was a little bit too young then.
Mm-hmm.
But there at Easton, the first time I started working, I believe it was run by Joe Allison Wells, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I know anyhow he took care of the check office, you know, and all that. And then the rest of the time, I don't know. Before that, there was a bill company, I believe, and different ones. I just a schoolboy then, going to school when they was running then, you know.
What'd you do at the check office?
What did I do?
Yeah, I mean, like what Is that the company office? Was that?
Yeah, that's just where they took care of all your business, you know, your time went into the check offs, you know, when they, well, they paid off and all, you know, on Saturday.
Well,
What
did people make a pretty good living doing that?
Yeah, they did start with here there. Boy, that's good. That company stores are running here, you know. You didn't have to go to town much to buy anything you wanted right over at the company store.
What about the baseball teams? Do you remember how they all?
Yeah. Yeah, they used to have a good baseball team here. I'd go to watch it sometime. It'd be Clifty would be playing a lot of Ravenscroft mostly. Or sometimes they'd come up on the train, you know, there'd be a train run across the day here and then, a passenger train run of the morning and of the evening. They'd come up sometime of the evening and then play that evening, then go back on the train. And I don't know how the Clifty went. I don't know if they went to play with them or not, but we had boys then. Old Fest Brandon was a school teacher here, and he was kind of like a David Sheriff or something.
What was his name?
Brandon.
Professor? Was
Professor Brandon. He told
Professor
he was
Brandon.
a professor up here.
At
He
the
caught
school?
your head and run you home though. You go fool around. He wouldn't let you stay. You had a kind of like curfew though.
Yeah.
The Lord got pretty mean, I guess, and had to have somebody see if they went in, you know, not let them stay around too long.
Well, one of the things that we've heard in doing our study about coal mining is how good the communities were at Clifty and Eastland. You know, it was good people and clean fun, and compared to a lot of coal towns when they didn't have as good a reputation.
I never did hear my parents talk about very much violence or anything, you know,
Right.
like a lot of times goes on in coal mining sections. And
Some of
stuff,
the coal
you know.
mining towns had some pretty bad
Yeah.
reputations.
Some of them had prisoners working in them. That's
Yeah.
what they were.
And a lot of the people that was around Clifty and Eastland, I think, come from over around Pikeville and Whiteville, didn't they?
Yeah,
There
they
was a lot of them come. My parents come from. I mean, my dad and my grandparents on his side come from over in around Whiteville.
To mine.
Here to mine. Yeah.
Well, at the company store, I mean, and churches, what were they like? The company store, did they have a something above it, like a theater?
Yeah, they took like two stores built, and they had meetings and all like that on above, you know, up on the
What kind of meetings?
the union meeting, and then they had all kind of business meetings. You know, some kind of a lodge. They had what you call
Masonic? Was it the Masonic
Uh,
Lodge or
The
something?
school
like
had the lodges.
a Oddfellows Lodge one time.
that? Mhm.
And then when they had the union meeting up there too, but that was before I went to going to the union meeting. Yeah, that was done shut down then when I went to work in mine. But we finally got the union at Eastland, about 1934 when I didn't think when Roosevelt, president, took they had a law, you know, if you mention union, tried to get to a union, they'd fire you. So when he become president, he made law, you know, said if they fired you for talking about union, trying to get the union back, well, they couldn't do it. They'd fine them for it, put them in jail if they fired you for that job. You know.
Mhm.
So that way we got our union back at Eastland when I worked.
So the
there.
union did come to
United
Eastland.
Mine Workers.
Mhm. At Eastland, but not Clifty.
No.
They even quit, wasn't it?
They had it one time at Clifty here, but that was before we shut down the lockout called it in about 1923.
Now, we started just talking and really didn't introduce you. You're John B. Lewis, but
Yeah.
everybody around here knows you as Benny, right?
Yeah, Benny.
And you know I've already asked you that question about how old you are, and you said in July you'll be
I don't
90.
ever tell anybody how old I am.
You ought to be proud of that. 92 in July, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
How old were you when you started working in the mines?
I don't know, must have been somewhere in 28 or 29, I imagine.
What job did you start out doing?
I started out as a chalk iron, they called it. Laboring, you know. I had worked so long with that with experienced miners, you know. Then after that, why, I went to run my own check number, you know. We just got 42 cents a ton for coal then. And it was on the solid, it wasn't machine coal. You done your, then you had to buy your own dynamite and fuse, you know, and all that stuff. See, the expensive.
So all that came off of what the 42
Yeah.
cents a ton.
Yeah. Until, you know, now the way they had the rules, is for a while, anybody could work in the mines, right? If people didn't live in the company house, they got the time got so bad, they got cutting off everybody that did live in company houses. And all the single men in company houses worked. And me and one more was only single men that's working in the mines. You know, it was, they call us bread daddies. We was, man, I was paying a house rent and doctor bill and all that insurance, and like that wasn't able to work, you know, but I was paying a house rent and doing all that.
No.
And that, oh, they had nicknames, all, we just know what to do and what not to do.
What else did you do in the mines? You were chalk eye and
Well, I actually went to Colorado to run a motor just a little bit, very little, though, not just on, when somebody lay out. I never drilled with no jackhammer, nothing like that. I just
Now,
used
did
a-
you mention the tipple? You did work on the tipple, didn't you?
No, that's my dad.
Oh,
worked
your
on
dad,
it,
okay.
Yeah.
what was your favorite job?
Coal loading, I reckon. Done more of it than anything else. Sometimes two of us, me and Charlie Thompson, worked together. That's when I had that big coal. We could load as high as 35 and 40 tons on one day's work, you know. But that split that 4 ways, you know, because the night men had to go in there and do the rest of the work. Use 4 men to the place, you know, 2 of a day, 2 of a night. And split the coal 4 ways, you know, with each man, you see. But that's all ever I done. I never did like to do nothing else but load coal, I reckon. They never, see, after about the time I was leaving the mines, well, they got these joy loaders, called it.
A
The load
joy
coal,
loader.
That was, yeah, mechanical loader. That's all. You don't hear nobody using the coal shovel now.
No.
And we drilled, I drilled with old breast augers too. James knows all about them, don't he?
Yeah, he had them augers and everything.
I still got some of mine. I ain't got my breastplate. I got my auger bits though.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
That was hard work.
Oh, it's hard work, but why miners work hard and play hard, live hard too. One old miner said you could live on $10 a day, either live 10 days on $1. Said it make no difference. They was a happy bunch of people over the coal miners was. I can tell you.
That's
They
good.
worked hard and they played hard and lived hard.
What about the coke ovens? Eastland's a little
Well,
bit different.
They had them up there, but they couldn't sell the coal somewhere or another. They didn't coke good, but they closed them up.
Okay.
But I never did see them at work at all. It was, see, the first time, I don't remember, but they first opened mines there, they called it Old Brayburn Mines. You heard Mr. Kilgore talk about them, H. Francis. He talked about where's the Old Brayburn Mine, but I didn't know much about that.
So they weren't operating any while you were here.
No, not the coke ovens, but
They really poured a lot of money into that, didn't they?
I imagine they did. It's pretty costly, I guess, to build them and then just tear them out.
Yeah.
Couldn't sell the coke somewhere. It didn't coke good or something.
The coke ovens was a pretty good size, like a building like thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, great.
It's
to have
built
that.
out of brick
Don't know how many openings
sections.
was to it. So it cupped over. You don't have to hear where the coke went in the top somewhere or other. But it didn't do no good. That didn't last.
Yeah. Beehive looking thing.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
What about before you started working in the mines? Did you live in this community?
Yep, we lived close to it all the time. We
What-
lived either Cumberland County or White County one.
What did you do before that? Before you started working in the mines?
I just worked a little bit paper here and there, you know, on farms, something all the work I get to do until I got regular work, you know.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever play any ball with the ball teams?
I played some. After I started working in mines, I couldn't play ball and work too. So I had to give it up. I like baseball. That's my sport of a game, all that, baseball.
Now you're the first one that we've interviewed that was a single man working in the mines. We've talked to people that had, you know, their wives that canned and that got all the food ready and took care of the clothes and stuff like that. How was your life different? What about your food? Where did you fix your own meals, or did you wash your own clothes? What did you do?
Well, my mother done that.
Okay.
So you're
you
still living
you stayed
at
at home.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. See, when we lived in the company house here, when Dad got disabled to work, you know, why I had to take off, went to work at the end of the mines. And they were making me pay house rent and doctor bill and insurance and everything like that. You know, goes with the family man, you know. So when they cut off all the single men, that's the time it went to getting bad then.
Mm-hmm.
And all the single men, but the two, it was the head of the family, they called it. So they kept me and Eve Scott on.
Because of your parents.
Yeah, we was a head of the family that way, you know.
Was this house that you're living in now,
This was
Here?
a school teacher that lived then.
oh, is that right?
Yeah, yeah, school teacher lived.
And where was the school located? Close by?
Back over on one of them
Across the
fields over here.
Okay.
How old would you say the house is, this one?
I don't know. I guess it must have been built in 1900, maybe a little before.
Mhm.
And
I bought this place in 1939.
Mm-hmm.
which teacher was it that lived here? Do you remember?
Yeah, Professor Brandon.
Okay. Was he married?
Yep. Yep, I believe he had 2 children, a boy and a girl. But he was a tough old teacher.
That's what they say about us now.
Did he get paid pretty good? I mean, did he have a pretty good
I
life?
don't remember about that. Well, I was afraid of him. He'd whip you for nothing on them.
What'd he whip you with?
Big old paddle, he had a big old paddle he made himself.
Okay.
I'll try.
We had the blackboard went way around the building, you know, on each side of the bench. Creepers, you know, they'd get up, line up there, you know, and he'd give out the word, and you'd write it down and spell it. All like that, you know, and mark the words, like butterfake and A's and dots over A's and O's and all this and that. And if you missed one, why, when you got through whoever next to you, you know, you'd change place with him. When he'd spell them out, you know, then and if you come one wasn't right, well, you'd make a big mark up front of it. The rest of you mark a plus to it.
Oh.
They had a rule, if you missed 3 words, you would go down, he called it music room, where he give you a padding at.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was his name. If you missed 3 words, you go to the music room. And so one time he got bad and he whipped us, come around, and I'd missed 1 word. And he just walked around us that time, you know. He whipped me across the shoulder, that paddle.
Oh,
Just
my.
called him miss 1 word.
So you didn't get a paddling every time just because you were mean, but just because you didn't know what he wanted you to know.
I'd say
Well,
kids have it pretty
If he
easy
got
now.
mad, he'd whip you for a little of anything.
Mm.
No, one time now, I sat right up in front then. You know, first they had what's called a little room. You went to school up there in the little room till you got about 4th grade, then you come there down into the big room where Professor was, you know.
So there were 2 classrooms?
Yeah, this means they had the lady teached up there in the little room, they called that from the,
For the little kids.
yeah, from the chart on up. First of them up to about 2nd grade went till noon, you know, and they went home, and then from there on up in the evening.
Oh.
Well, then I had another teacher in the little room there, taught England class. Her name was Officer, Miss Willie Officer.
Uh-huh.
And she taught one of that, but they had 3 teachers at one time there beside for a while they had a music teacher. Eclectic. They were pretty prosperous at one time here.
What about, did it have a school library or anything?
Yeah. Their mother used to go there once in a while and get every so often just have an open day, you know, for the
Parents?
library was.
Uh-huh.
Well, in the other communities, there were foreign people from Czechoslovakia or Scotland. Were there people from other countries here?
Yeah, I think there's some Bohemians, I believe, called. Wasn't it Francis? You remember them?
Yeah, and the Scottish, the
Fred
Smiths.
Lockwood that lived out here at
Right.
the farm, you know. He was a Bohemian. And then
Yeah.
there's all the Smith boys. They were Scottish, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about black community? Was there a black community here?
I don't think they. I think one time they tried to have. They had some down here one time when they were building this Naked Railroad, and I think finally run them out.
Well, over there
I had
at
a little
Eastland,
trouble some way or another.
over there at Eastland, you know, back over there,
Yeah,
back of Crabtrees, there was a little section over there they call Nigger Town.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about that. I heard about it, you know.
Yeah.
Did they work in the mines too?
I don't know for sure what they did, but I've heard my parents tell about you could hear them screaming and carrying on over there of a night. So the next thing you'd hear would be hammers and nails and saws, and they killed them and buried them.
Oh my.
Yep, they got a regular graveyard up there, but toward the cook place somewhere or another, you know. I never did know where it was at, but There's a place up there where they call it buried nothing but colored people.
Well, what about churches? What were the religions?
And they was Methodist.
Mostly
Yeah,
Methodist?
mostly that one. The preacher was here was Castro Coleman.
Was there a Catholic community? Was that at Mulberry? Because I believe that was the first Catholic community in
Yeah,
White
the
County.
Scottish was Catholics.
Where did the Methodists have their services?
They had over here at the school building.
The school building.
Had that Sunday school there every morning, and well, they didn't have no regular church, I don't reckon.
One of the company people lived in a place called Pilot's Knob. Do you remember seeing that house? Pilot's Knob?
Yeah, they wasn't no house, the water tank set up on there.
Oh,
It's, well, you can see the knob, that big old high knob up through there, and come a little tornado through here one time, blow that tank off.
uh-huh.
We still live in the company house over here, and it blew out or flew off of the side room over the kitchen, right down to the roof at the same time.
Did you ever meet Dr. Young?
Not personally.
Who was
He
the,
wasn't a doctor.
No.
He just owned some of the stock, was the main one in it. But we had first doctor I remember here was Dr. Galt. And then other doctor was Dr. One time they had a barber shop right down here and a doctor's office too, just right down here between here and the road goes up through
At
there.
the same spot?
Yeah. They're not in the same spot, but they're maybe
Close
200 or
by.
300 feet apart, yeah.
did you ever have to go to the doctor much?
No, not much. Never did go none here. We all had the measles one time, and they'd come to your house then, the doctor would. Old Dr. Galt was first. We all had the measles one time. You talk about a time we had it.
We don't have many kids having measles now.
They used to quarantine them,
Did the Eastland mine have a bathhouse, or did you come home and change after you got home?
No, they had you do your own
Okay.
bathing here. No bathtub.
What time did you go to work in the mornings?
You'd go to work at 7, be there to start to work at 7.
Okay.
It was a regular job about then, 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the evening. Worked 8 hours. When I first started, I did work down then, but this work, I said, from just till daylight to dark. I remember my dad, one time we lived out on the farm, he'd come to work, he had no lantern. He carried to work with him.
Did anybody in the mines when you were working get killed?
Well, I heard of one, not when I was, a long time off, the man getting killed in the mine, so I was working the night went to West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? He was a machine man. He would go on work, at 12 o'clock, they call it the food hour shift. We call it the graveyard shift. He was a machine man, he got killed on the Friday the 13th. And everybody told me it'd be a bad luck day, and I thought, we went out to work that morning and had a horse. Mine's that Red Dragon, 1,800 feet up on the mountain, I had a horse to pull you up, Well, we was gathered up that morning and waiting to get a ride. Well, I said, you just go back home. Said, they got a man killed up there. So that was they call it Friday the 13th.
So the mines in Eastland were pretty safe, you think? There weren't very many?
Yeah, I think it was safe. Each man done his own timber, if he's a good killer, he wouldn't have much bad luck that way, to do your own timber.
The Ravenscroft mine was real wet. Was there much water in this mine?
Yep, it's all of them that have that's what of mine, water in them. I had a drain right here at Clifton mine. Then I had on the inside a pump run part of the way, pump it to where they could would run out of step.
They use mules in this mine too?
Yeah. But I never did work at Ravenscroft mine. I had two brothers, Clyde and Ray, my oldest brother. They worked at D-Rock. Not Bonner,
Corolla?
Ravenscroft.
Ravenscroft.
Shaft mine, you see. I worked on this here drift mountain,
Yeah.
going to the mountain,
Right.
But Ravenscroft had a shaft mine, had a like a
Elevator to go down?
yeah. But now Clyde and Ray worked there, but I never did work there. When mine shut down here in 1934, then I went to West Virginia. I didn't like Ravenscroft because it was a shaft mine. Then I had a pretty good way of getting up there. And we 6 of us went up there in one of them little old T-model trucks. 6 of them. We left here one evening and we got there the next day in Raven, there, West Virginia. Some people we know, been from here went up there.
Who's your nurse?
That's the nurse coming in.
We appreciate you.